Catholicism was instilled in me, and I've been to private school my whole life, and so I have that part of me, and then everything I'm learning in my life is starting to question what I've learned my whole life. I like to follow guys like Bill Maher, George Carlin, and George Carlin's the guy who says there's this thing called logic. Logic doesn't fit into faith. And when I put the two together, they're not making any sense because they battle each other. And is there a middle ground, or if somebody has faith in something, is that something you just have to allow them to have themselves? Is there any sort of middle ground?
I've been using this metaphor with dance, right? The dance is the physical expression of rhythm. Rhythm is music. There's no linear music. It's always up, down, up, down, up, down, left, right, left, right, left, right. You see? So there's a duality. The entire universe, all of this shit is duality. That's why I said Adam, Eve, 0 and 1. Right? You look at this power symbol, what is it? 0, 1. 0, 1. Adam, Eve, up, down. Yin, yang, night, day, winter, summer. Autonomic, nervous system, parasympathetic, sympathetic. What's this dual shit going on? If you look around everywhere, like down to the atoms, proton, neutron, it's like, how is it that there's this plus and minus going on everywhere? Right? It makes you wonder if there's only one way. Well, if there is just one, you know what that one looks like? Science, poetry, science, poetry. We've come to a place over a very long time where there's heaven and hell. We're pairing against. There's this and then there's that. There's no this, that. What I'm inviting you to explore is religion, yes. Logic, yes. Dance. They both support each other if you're keen enough to see. If you watch a lot of, religion is interesting because we bastardized it to a great degree. But if you go to the roots of a lot of them, it's some amazing, powerful shit. Explore it and then explore science. And you end up at the same fucking place. They're just speaking different languages. Black, white, Adam, Eve. But really, Adam, Eve is an Adam, Eve. Are you following me?
Yes, but
it's a dance.
Why do you use logic in religion? I don't see that
because they're so diametrically opposed. Right. Penis, vagina, they don't look anything alike. But what happens when they come together? Babies! Powerful shit. They're so different.
If you believe in religion and you believe it's right, how come there are religious wars? They don't make any sense.
Because someone's saying, penis only, kill the vagina. Someone's saying, daytime only, kill the night. How absurd is that? Someone's saying, poetry only, kill the science. Science only, kill the poetry. My poetry, kill his poetry. Do you see? There's this divisiveness. And we're spreading it apart. We're saying that it's one and not the other. When really that's the biggest lie we've been told. It's so funny because I love this poetry, this poem of Genesis. Catholic. So you're familiar with Genesis. There was paradise. Adam, Eve, in paradise. They didn't know that they were separate from God, which basically means it was an Adam, Eve. Right? Everything was one. It was peaceful. Shit was perfect. The minute that they recognize, mind you, they eat from the tree of wisdom. Why is it that it's called the tree of wisdom? And why is it a snake always, if you notice like in Egyptian art, is always a sign of wisdom. So there's a snake, there's a creature of wisdom. In mythology, the snake always represents wisdom. They're eating from a tree of wisdom. And the very first thing that happens when they bite that apple, penis vagina. They recognize their separation. We've lost paradise because we gained the wisdom, and this is why it's wisdom, because the digital age is powered by penis vagina, 0, 1. You see? So it's this recognition of Adam and Eve instead of Adam and Eve, or their separation from God that causes all the shit, like Cain killed Abel and now we're all screwed. I mean, we're killing each other left and right. Why did Cain kill his brother? They're fucking brothers. Cain had a different attitude, Abel had a different attitude. One was more of a cultivator of the land, the other one was a, what do they call it, nomad. It's this separation. Cain killed Abel. Jews kill, or Muslims kill Christians. Christians kill Muslims. Do you see? Cain killed Abel. It's the same fucking shit. They're both offspring of Adam and Eve. Who are both from paradise. But they woke up. And that waking up is powerful, but also our downfall. That's how man has fallen. They say the fall of man is because penis vagina. Did you get that?
Yeah. How do you explain that?
Cool.
I don't want to make it a religious conversation because there's no answer, I understand. But if you bring logic into it again, in Catholicism, Christianity, they believe in one God. So by definition, you're saying to another religion who believes in multiple gods that you are wrong. Because by definition, there can only be one God. So,
all of these are stories to describe the undescribable, to represent that which could never truly be known. So, mythology, all religion is mythology. And the term mythology, don't get it twisted, it doesn't mean that it's a lie. Mythology, myths don't mean, we've come to believe that when you say myth, it's just a fucking myth. Be careful, because mythology are the powerful stories that we've used as a race of human beings since the dawn of creation, or, I use that term creation, but maybe not, the bubbling up of people here somehow, the Big Bang, I don't know. We've used it since the beginning to describe that which cannot be seen but we feel. The way the mythology plays out is merely happenstance. It's the Native American merely happened to live amongst buffalo, so they've got a buffalo god. There's no fucking buffalo in Jerusalem. Do you see? So what people end up tangling with is my story's better than your story. When they all, if you go to the root of every single one of them, it comes to the same thing. You gotta be very detached, very objective about this to accept what I'm saying. Because what happens is we become personally invested in our myth. And any attack on something that I'm personally invested in is an attack on me, right? Science is a religion because it's just a story to describe the undescribable. Because if you look into quantum physics, really, I mean, and listen to some of the things that Einstein says, it comes down to, okay, there's this fucking energy, and we can't predict it at all. Study quantum physics. There are people who say that quantum physics is for quacks. You know why? Because when you get to the roots of quantum physics, they can't explain it anymore. It's just a fucking story to explain the unexplainable. Religion happens to use animals. Science happens to use really big words. Do you see? Is that helpful?
Yeah, it is. I know it's a tough question. Because I found myself, even though I believe in this religion, I pick and choose what I want to believe in.
What are you believing? That's the thing you've got to ask yourself. And why do you have to believe? Why can't you just experience?
Because it's a lifelong journey. You know, it's not something that just comes. I didn't choose it. It was given to me as I was growing older. Nobody chooses their religion. That's what I realized. you can change religion, but you grow up in what your parents bring you up in. That's the only reason why.
Religion is awesome. Religion, I love religion.
Absolutely, but the only reason why I made my particular religion is because it was instilled in me from a child. But and now that
I'm sorry. Card is
4 minutes is so we should probably switch.
Let's just switch the cards. Cool. I love this conversation, by the way. I don't know if you guys can tell. I can talk about this shit all day long. Let's Elliot said, what?